Hey guys, Rob here with McDojoLife. In today's McDojo news, we're going to talk about how a Santa Ana, California elementary school employee slash volunteer martial arts coach was recently caught in the back seat with a minor. Of course, they were arrested. Let's check out the story. According to a statement from the Santa Ana Police Department, 32-year-old Mariano Hernandez, who works as a behavior interventionalist at Benson Elementary in Santa Ana, California, was arrested after authorities received reports of sexual activity in the backseat of a parked car. Officers responded to the call at around 7:30 p.m. Tuesday, and upon arriving at the scene, discovered a vehicle, quote, occupied by a male and female in the back seat. During the investigation, law enforcement discovered that Hernandez was inside the vehicle with a 16-year-old girl, who was identified as a student at Foothill High School within the Tustin Unified School District, in the same district that Hernandez worked. The two were found approximately 6 miles west of the high school, and according to police, the victim and Hernandez admitted to meeting at the high school and being in a relationship for, quote, a few weeks. Hernandez was promptly taken into custody and booked into the Santa Ana jail on various sexual assault charges. Due to the nature of the crimes, detectives believe there may be additional victims of Hernandez, and authorities hope that anyone with additional information about this investigation will reach out to authorities. Anyone with information is urged to contact Detective M. Tapia at 714-245-8379 or by email at mtapia@santa-ana.org. Those wishing to remain anonymous can call the Orange County Crime Stoppers hotline at 855-TIP-OCCS. Now, normally this would be the part in the video where we kind of break that down so that way you can better understand what's going on, but it's pretty self-explanatory. The article, if you notice though, didn't mention anything about martial arts. I even didn't know that this person was a part of the martial arts community until I received an email, which we'll get into in a moment. But before we get into that, I want you to listen to the following statement that was made by the head coach and owner of Hybrid Academy, in which Hernandez volunteered at.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rick Ariola, and I'm the head coach here at Hybrid Academy, and I'm also the owner. It has come to my attention that one of our former volunteer coaches and students here, Mariano Hernandez, has committed a serious act. Hybrid Academy takes these matters very, very seriously, and our legal team is actively looking into the matter. I do not have any current information on the matter right now, but I'll be releasing a formal statement by tomorrow night, so we ask for your patience. I appreciate you all during this time, and we'll keep you all informed as more information comes in. Also, too, we're going to ask you to please, especially for the general public, to please cease any harassment nature, comments, DMs towards the academy, the social pages, or any of our students. All right. I know about as much as you, and we're all trying to get this thing sorted out. So we ask that you please be respectful towards others, as we all have friends and family. And finally, we as Hybrid Academy would like to express our sincerest heartfelt condolences to the victim. We're our heart goes out to you, and just so you know, to the public, that we do not condone this kind of behavior. We denounce this behavior. There's no place for this kind of behavior here at Hybrid Academy, plain and simple. So, with that being said, we'll be releasing our formal statement tomorrow, and thank you very much for listening.
You see, while the news outlets left that information out, I don't know why, considering that when you're volunteering as a coach, that puts you in contact with a lot of other potential victims if you're someone like Hernandez. I, for one, think that the head coach and owner of this martial arts academy did a really good thing by addressing this quickly and addressing it publicly, so that way if there are other potential victims, which the police think there might be, if there are other potential victims inside his academy, they're made well aware of the situation now, and parents can look into this. Me personally, I think that by Richard, the owner of Hybrid Academy, addressing this quickly, I think that he's setting an example for a lot of other martial arts academies to follow by addressing something like this quickly and publicly. After he released that, he then followed up by releasing the following statement. At Hybrid Academy, the safety, well-being, and trust of our students, families, and community members are our highest priorities. We recently became aware of a situation involving a volunteer coach, and we are addressing the matter with the utmost seriousness. Effective immediately, this individual is no longer affiliated with our academy, and we are implementing additional measures to reinforce our commitment to maintaining a safe and supportive training environment. Prior to this incident, we had already initiated the process of enrolling in Academy Safe, a rigorous coach verification and screening system designed to enhance accountability and ensure that all instructors and volunteers meet the highest standards of professionalism and integrity. Now, there is more to his statement, which we'll get to in a moment, but I think that something extremely serious in that statement needs to be addressed right now and made extremely clear. In his statement, and I quote, he says, prior to this incident, we had already initiated the process of enrolling in Academy Safe. That is 100% unequivocally not even close to true. And you're probably wondering, Rob, how do you know that that is so far off base and not true at all? I'm the vice president of Academy Safe. The major problem with him saying that he had already initiated this process is it makes Academy Safe look incompetent. Like we were already going through this process of vetting his instructors, and then all of a sudden one of his instructors does something like this. It makes Academy Safe look like they're not doing their job. But that is based on an absolute fabrication. What he said is just simply not true. Needless to say, as someone who finds Academy Safe's work to be extremely important enough for me to be the vice president of the company, I was not exactly happy with what he said. You might be thinking that maybe I misunderstand this statement, and maybe I don't understand how the public might perceive this particular statement. Maybe the public wouldn't perceive Academy Safe as incompetent, but unfortunately, we were getting contacted specifically about this, which is how I found out about it in the first place. Listen to just this small excerpt from an email that we received at Academy Safe because of that lie. As a concerned citizen who has loved ones and friends training at this facility, how has this managed to slip through the cracks? If Hybrid Academy had already initiated steps to enrolling the Academy with Academy Safe as they claim. That email that we received goes to show you the power of what can happen when one false statement reaches out to the public and undermines a good, solid company that is doing nothing but trying to help people in this industry. You see, that's just one communication from someone who lost faith in Academy Safe immediately because of a false statement that went out. Now, luckily, we were able to rectify and clarify the situation, but how much damage did that really do? I mean, how many people saw that statement, took it as 100% fact without researching whatsoever, and then now their faith is completely shaken and lost in Academy Safe because of some falsehoods that went out online. So I reached out to get this rectified ASAP, and they did retract that statement and released another statement, which I'm going to read to you right now. At Hybrid Academy Jiu-Jitsu, our highest priorities are the safety, well-being, and trust of our students, families, and community members. We recently became aware of a situation involving a volunteer coach and are addressing the matter with the utmost seriousness. Effective immediately, this individual is no longer affiliated with our academy, and we are implementing additional measures to reinforce our commitment to maintaining a safe and supportive training environment. We are conducting a comprehensive review of our internal policies to identify any additional steps that can be taken to strengthen our safety protocols further. Moving forward, we will implement stricter guidelines for all coaching staff and volunteers, including enhanced background checks, mandatory safety training, and a clearly defined code of conduct. Our mission has always been to provide a welcoming space where students of all ages and skill levels can confidently train knowing that their safety is our top priority. We'd like to clarify a misstatement made in a previous communication. Hybrid Academy indicated that we had already initiated enrolling in an external coaching verification program. This statement is not valid. In reality, we are evaluating such programs and intend to enroll in them soon. Academy Safe's program is not directly related to the current situation, and we sincerely apologize for any confusion this may have caused. This was not Hybrid Academy's intent. We understand that this situation is sensitive and may be a concern for you. Hybrid Academy wants to clarify that no incidents of the former volunteer's actions have been reported at Hybrid Academy. This action occurred away from the academy, and Hybrid was unaware that these actions were occurring. If you have any questions, concerns, or suggestions, please get in touch with us at informationhybrid@gmail.com. Open communication and collective accountability are vital in upholding the values we stand for. We sincerely appreciate your trust and support as we foster a culture of respect, discipline, and excellence at Hybrid Academy. Kindly, Richard Areola, owner, head coach at Hybrid Academy. Now let's break that down. So an elementary school employee slash volunteer martial arts coach recently was caught in the backseat of a car with a 16-year-old girl. The martial arts academy that he volunteers at immediately released a statement letting their students and the public know about the situation and also that they had removed him from their program. That is an awesome thing to do. That's how it should be done. But he then releases another statement that contains a falsehood about Academy Safe, a good company that is trying to make the martial arts world a safer place, and says that somehow they had initiated the process of being a part of Academy Safe when they truly had never done that at all. Now, I don't think the head coach and owner of that academy is a bad guy at all, not even close. I think that he is collateral damage because of something that happened with a volunteer coach outside of his academy. But that is no excuse to put out falsehoods about a company that had nothing at all to do with any of this. That is bullshit. Now, with that said, I hope that he does now get his academy involved with Academy Safe. Wow, that does not prevent future actions. It doesn't predict future actions. What it can do is weed out potential bad seeds that might be there that just might have slipped through the cracks. We at Academy Safe would absolutely welcome him and his school to sign up and to go through all of the process to make sure that their academy is safer. We have no ill will whatsoever. We just needed to make sure that we address this publicly so that way anyone out there who took that very first statement that he made as the gospel knows that that statement was not correct and now is well aware of his new statement that has gone out, rectifying the issue and retracting his original statement. This brings us to the question of the day. Today's question of the day is brought to you by Academy Safe. Go check out academysafe.org so that way you can find out how to better protect your students, or you can find out how to get your academy that you train at to be a little safer than it was before. Oh, and also, this allows me to know if you watched the entire video. What do you think the best way is for an academy to move past an incident like this? Now, for the academy, this is actually one of the simpler ones. Again, this is a volunteer coach, not an employee. It would happen outside of the academy. It was something that seemed to have nothing to do with his academy at all, other than the fact that this guy was a volunteer there. But I've covered a lot of stories that are extremely similar with stuff like this that happened in the academy. So can an academy move forward, and how do they get past something like this so that way the public can trust them again? I'd truly like to know your opinions about this in the comment sections below. As always, thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscriptions, and memberships. Check out academysafe.org. Keep the martial arts legit.
My baby got robbed the other day by degenerates. So she wanted to learn some new form of this self-defense. So she did her research and perused it online and found this dude said he could move shit with his mind. He call himself Seafood Paul Zimmerman. He got a dojo with a strip on here, Cinnabon. Now she spends all day trying to